Hello everyone and welcome to another science review video. My name is Teacher John and today we are reviewing plants. So what are our learning goals today? Our first learning goal is we want to review the plant life cycle. Our second learning goal is we want to review the parts of a seed, a plant, and a flower. So let's start with the plant life cycle. The plant life cycle has 4 main stages. The first stage is the seed. The seed. We can see a picture of the seed right here. And on the outside, if we look, we see a brown covering around the seed. This is called the seed coat. The seed coat. What does the seed coat do? The seed coat protects the seed. It protects the seed. So if bad things want to get at the seed, this seed coat protects it. Our second thing labeled in the diagram is the embryo. The embryo. An embryo is something at its earliest stage of life. We see the embryo of the plant right here. This will grow into a plant. We see the primary root right here and the primary leaves. This is the embryo. This is what is going to sprout out of the seed. The last part labeled in this seed diagram is food storage. What is food storage? This is energy that the plant will use to grow. Now, what does a plant usually use to make energy? Sunlight. A plant turns sunlight into energy. But a seed starts out under the ground. There is no sunlight underground. So instead of sunlight, it will use its food storage. It will eat its food storage, and then when it gets big enough, it goes above ground, then it can start using sunlight to make food. This is our first stage of the plant life cycle, the seed. Our second stage of the plant life cycle is the sprout. Now, in class, we saw that all you need to do to make a plant sprout, a seed sprout, is to add water. If you add water to seeds, they will sprout. And here is the primary root coming out of the seed. You see the seeds get bigger and the seed coat is coming off of the seed. It is beginning to sprout when the primary root comes out of the seed. Next, the primary leaves will come out and it will get bigger and bigger and turn into a seedling. A seedling. This is a young plant. A young plant. You can say it's like a baby plant right here. It's very small. The leaves are very small. We can still see the seed coat on this seedling right here. It is a young plant. It's not all the way grown up. That leads to our last stage of the plant life cycle, the adult plant, or we could just say the plant. Okay, when we say adult plant, that means it is grown up already. It can still get a little bit bigger, but it's producing flowers and it can make seeds, the adult plant, or we are just calling it a plant to keep it easy. Alright, so let's look at the parts of the plant. Here we see flowers. Flowers make seeds. It says here that flowers it helps in reproduction. Okay, reproduction means making more of yourself. So flowers make more plants. It will end up completing the plant life cycle. The flowers make seeds. Our next part of the plant is the leaf. It says here, it performs photosynthesis. That is a big word saying that a plant turned sunlight into food. The leaf. The fruit. This protects the seeds. Alright, if you're eating fruit, you open it up, there's always going to be seeds inside. That is the fruit. Some fruit is very delicious. I like apples. That's one of my favorite fruits. The next part is the stem. This is the main stalk of a plant. It supports the plant. It's nice and strong, and the leaves can come out from the stem, but this is the stem in the middle. And that leads us to our last part of the plant, the roots. The roots, it absorbs water and minerals or nutrients. It also keeps the plant in the ground. It's very strong. That's why when the wind blows, the plant doesn't just fall over. The roots. Now let's look at the parts of a flower. We can start with the petals. We see the petals are on the outside here. They are brightly colored to attract insects and bees to help spread their pollen. The next part of the flower is the pistil. We see it in the middle right here. This is the female part of the plant. Female means girl or woman. The female part of the plant, the pistil, produces seeds. It makes seeds. The last part of the flower is the stamen. The stamen makes pollen, that yellow dusty stuff that comes out of plants. Sometimes pollen can make you sneeze. If you have allergies, you probably do not like pollen. Now let's review the plant life cycle. First, we start with a seed. When we add water to a seed, it sprouts. These sprouts grow roots and put out their leaves. Here we see the leaves and a stem in the middle. When the seedling gets older and grows bigger and can make flowers and seeds, it is a plant, or you could also say an adult plant. That just means it's grown up. This plant can make seeds, which can sprout, which turn into seedlings, which turn into a plant, which makes seeds. And it happens over and over and over again. This is the plant life cycle. Okay, so let's look at our learning goals that we had today. Our first learning goal was to review the plant life cycle. We did that, the 4 stages of the plant life cycle. The first was the seed, then the sprout, then the seedling, and then the plant. Our second learning goal today was to review the parts of a seed, a plant, and a flower. We did that already. We did great on our learning goals today. That's it for our review lesson today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on our next video. Bye-bye.